Takeoff! What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ariel, and welcome back to another episode of the Takeoff Show, where we help professionals and entrepreneurs take off in their personal life and professional life, right? And today we're going to be talking about fighting battles, because every day we're fighting a battle. Every day we're fighting a battle. Every single day there is a battle going on. There is a war being waged, whether you want to agree to it, whether you want to adhere to it, whether you want to acknowledge it, right? Doesn't matter. None of that matters. The war is being waged regardless of your participation. And here's the thing, right? 9 times out of 10, you're participating anyway. 9 times out of 10, you are already participating. You just probably aren't aware of it, or you're on the wrong side of the battle, right? You're on the wrong side of the battle. So we are fighting battles every day. Every day we fighting a battle. And in the scriptures, one of the battles that they like to talk about is the flesh versus the spirit, right? Your flesh, your negative emotions, your negative characteristics versus your spirit, which is your positive characteristics, your positive, emotional feelings, right? In other cultures, they like to name this battle your higher self versus your lower self, right? It is angels versus demons. It is God versus devils. It's so many types of things, right? So whether you agree to these principles or not, whether you agree to this philosophy, ideology, this concept of life, just understand that there's a lot of truth to it and that there's a lot of points to it. So without further ado, we're going to get into some of these battles that you're fighting every single day, because if we're fighting battles every single day, then it's probably in our best interest to pick your battles wisely, right? You heard the saying, pick your battles wisely. I would rather lose a battle but win the war, right? All different types of strategies, all different type of sayings, all different type of euphemisms to go along with this idea, right? Because fighting battles is just an idea. It's a concept that we came up with. It's a theory that a lot of people like to use as a principle, as a guiding principle on your road to success. Because if you understand this principle of fighting battles, then you'll be better equipped to handle life and adversity and oppositions and challenges that come your way, because you understand it's a battle that you have to fight. And you can train for it and get ready for it, or you can be overtaken, defeated, and destroyed in the battle because you didn't train, you didn't strategize, you didn't prepare, right? It's your choice. That's why this principle is so powerful and it's being taught throughout the world. So I don't want to make this a long video. I want to get into it real quick, right? And it's pick your battles wisely. Pick your battles wisely, because we're fighting battles every single day. And here's one of the battles we're fighting, right? We're fighting our desire, right? Our desire to be great, our desire to accomplish, our desire to be amazing, right? Versus we are fighting our temptation, right? Temptation. Every day we're fighting our temptation. Our desire and our temptation is pulling us in different directions, right? And one of these are going to win. It's either your desire to be great, your desire to be successful, your desire to accomplish, to have achievements is going to win, or your temptation is going to win. Your laziness, your procrastination, your feelings, right? Your distractions, things that are taking you away from what you actually want to accomplish. One of these are going to win. And I want to help you have a strategy so that your desire can win, right? I want your desire to win this battle, because there's a whole bunch of battles you're going to have to face. I tell my wife all the time, right? We have young daughters, and I try to teach this principle around my house because I understand foresight. I understand future thinking. I understand forecasting, right? I understand going into it with the end in mind, right? We got to go into it with the end in mind. So I like to tell my wife that say yes as much as you can say yes. Say yes as much as you can say yes. Why? Because there's going to come a time in the future where we're going to have to say no. we're not going to be able to do it. We're not going to be able to afford it. We're not going to be able to go to this place. We're not going to be able to hang out at this place. We're not going to be able to do the thing that they want to do. So there's going to be disappointment in the future. Future disappointment is going to come for everybody. You cannot get around future disappointment. I suggest you fight through future disappointment because it's coming regardless of whether you want to acknowledge it or not, whether you want to hide from it, whether you want to close your eyes to it, whether you want to close your ears to it, right? Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, right? It's coming regardless, whether you want to hear it, see it, or talk about it. So I try to do these little things with my daughters, the little small things that like go into the dollar store or getting them some new sneakers or getting them some new clothes or taking them to the park, going on a picnic, right? I try to do these little things to build memories and stuff like that. But I also do them because I know I'm going to need to withdraw from them later when they want to go to Disney World and I can't afford it. When they want this Lamborghini and maybe I can't afford it. Or when they want to go on this extravagant and luxurious vacation and I can't afford it, right? So I got to build up this bank account. I got to build up this emotional bank account. I got to build up this emotional feeling in my children so that when I do say no, the disappointment isn't as harsh. The disappointment doesn't feel that bad. They're just going to brush it off and continue to go because they're going to be like, oh, we did this already. Oh, we did that already. Oh, we went to this place. Oh, we got that. Oh, I got this. Oh, I had that, right? So do the little things now because it's going to be very important in the future so that your children don't feel heartache, heartbreak, and disappointment in the future, right? So try to say yes more than you say no. That was just a little tip for those with parents or this works for friends and family members as well. So, always try to do the little things. Always try to do what you can. Always try to make time because sometimes you're going to say no. And it's better to say no once than to say no 10 times, right? If someone told you yes 10 times and no once, come on, you gotta take those odds. You ain't gonna get no better than that, right? Life is give and take. You can't have everything. So fighting the battle. We are fighting the battle. And one of the battles that we are fighting is our desire to be successful and the temptation to be lazy, the temptation to procrastinate, the temptation to quit, the temptation to give up, the temptation to put off tomorrow what you can do today. We don't want to put off tomorrow what we can do today because then we're going to have more work for tomorrow, right? So let's get it done today so we can have more time for tomorrow, right? So choose your battles wisely. Go into the battle trained and prepared. And this is how you go into the battle trained and prepared so you know what you're ready for and what you're up against, right? Because here's a war strategy, right? Let's say you go into battle, you send 10 men, right? And they think this is all your men. So you send 10 men, they think they won the war. They come up to your place of residence, right? They come to your land, your territory, and then they realize there's 500 more people, right? You lost the battle with the 10, but they were not expecting the 100 back at home. So you caught them off guard. You were able to see what their strategies were. You were able to see how much men they had. You were able to see what resources they was working with. You was able to see what weapons they had, right? So you sent them 10 men. They put up a valiant effort. They fight in honor for their country, but they all lost their lives just to come back. And then the other 100 win the war, right? You lose the battle to win the war. That's one of the strategies. We talk about taking some L's right now. One of those ways you could take L's is to delay gratification, right? Delay gratification, meaning put off celebrating, put off going out, put off buying a new car, put off buying new clothes, put off buying a new house, put off all of those things that you may desire so that you can save for whatever future endeavors you want, for future battles, right? You got to delay gratification in order to be successful, right? This helps build your desire, right? Because as you're telling yourself no for getting this McDonald's, you're telling yourself no for getting this hat, you're going to be thankful that you were able to get what you wanted to get in the future, right? So you got to delay gratification. That's a skill. Learn to delay gratification. That's a skill. That's a skill. That's a skill. Most people don't have this skill. Most people they get one win, they got to go buy the bar. They get one win, they got to go shopping. They get one win, they got to go spend it immediately, right? They always got to do something because they don't know how to delay gratification. They work off of impulse. It's like It's like money burning a hole in your pocket. Imagine having $100 in your pocket, but it's like your pocket's on fire and you just gotta just give the money away because you don't know how to have self-control and you don't know how to delay gratification, right? So one way to fight your temptation, right? Because you gotta fight your temptation. That's the battle between desire and temptation, is to eliminate distractions. You gotta eliminate the distractions because that's what's tempting you, right? Your desire to watch TV when you know you're supposed to be working, your desire to hang out with family members and friends when you know you have things to do, your desire to give up and give in because you feel like the situation is overwhelming, instead of breaking it down into small pieces, breaking it down into small steps, and then taking the small steps, because inch by inch, it's a cinch. Yard by yard, it's way too hard. So learn to choose your battles wisely, right? Every battle is not meant to be won, right? Lose some battles in order to win the war. It's your boy Ariel. Peace.